What's up, guys? Today I'm bringing you the newest generation Diamond C LPX equipment trailer. This is a LPX 210 20 foot. We're going to point out all the stuff that they've redesigned on this year's model. We'll start in the front. With the 210 you get the flat plate mount for your pintle or your coupler. It has a Demco coupler on it. Next you'll see cables, obviously instead of chains. A lot of people don't like the cables because they're stiff and they don't move as easy to hook them up like a chain. But one thing I'll say is when it's hooked to the truck, you never have to worry about it dragging on the ground and wearing out and either falling off or becoming not safe to use anymore, which happens a lot. We see that a lot. That's one thing that's good about the cables. I've added a plug holder here. You can see the nice fancy badging that they do. The next would be the small jack. Two things about this jack: it's a 2-speed, so just push the handle in and out. You got your 2 speeds just like that. The other thing is it's got a galvanized drop leg on it. When it's sitting in mud or water, like in your yard or at a job site, wherever, being galvanized, you don't have to worry about it rusting out like a lot of those jack feet do. Moving back, we have the toolbox lid. Diamond C's done the HD tongue toolbox lid for a few years now, but this new design, they've added a lip on either side, the front and in the back. They've moved the lip to outside the toolbox in the back, which is nice because now when you open it up, when it's raining and covered in water, the water drains outside the toolbox, which is what you want. You don't want to dump it inside. If you come over here and look in here, they had a divider in here in all these toolboxes now. So you can kind of keep your stuff organized. They made it big enough to fit the spare tire, as you can see inside here. We get spare tires with everything, and we'll normally leave them loose instead of getting them out, especially on these trailers, because having the mount on the tongue, it could be an obstruction if you're towing with like a mason dump or a rack body for turning. It's in the pinch point right there. The other reason we leave it loose is that when you add it on the side, you lose a little bit of tie down space because the rub rail and the stake pockets stop for a short distance. So it's nice to have the divider in there now so you can fit the spare tire and keep all your other stuff separate and you're not digging around it all the time. This piece also on the toolbox, I forgot to point out, they've changed this a little bit. Added these slots that grabs an S-hook good so you can tie down stuff on the toolbox lid still. They've changed the tongue on these a little bit, so you'll see the design, how the I-beam comes up here a little bit, and it stays that width all the way back, and then they tie it into the frame here. This tongue is the same design on the 207, 208, 210, and the step is integrated right here, which is nice. Same thing on the 207, 208, 210. Moving down, we have a step on this one, rub rails and stake pockets down the whole thing. You got your 4 D-rings that are standard. We've added fork holders on here, which are within the I-beam. Keeps enough clearance on the ground still, and keeps the forks up out of the way. You got your tie down point right here. This goes through to the other side, so it's just as you see it here is how it is on the passenger side. Another thing they've changed on these is the fenders. So this is the 3/16 super heavy duty fender upgrade. They were a diamond plate. Now it's a smooth fender, so a little more sleek, a little nicer looking, more pleasing to the eye, I guess. So that's something that's cool. This has torsion axles, which is going to be standard with 10,000 pound axles. Oil bath. You got your 17.5-inch tire and wheel. There's a step integrated to the fender supports too, so there's slots in there to let mud and water fall through that, which is nice. Stake pocket rub rail back here, the other 2 D-rings. You can see how they cut into the I-beam too with these, which is what they've been doing for all their equipment trailers. They've left that the same. You got your metal cleats on here for traction. These have the 24-inch, or this trailer has a 24-inch wide flip knee ramps with the mesh on it, spring loaded. So very easy to pick up and down. And this is another little thing that they've added on these too. You can see right here, they now weld this little piece of steel that'll actually hold the ramp strap from, you know, being left on the ground in the way to trip over. So now it's right there being held up. So this guy, nice and easy, just like that. Coming back here, one thing to keep an eye out on these new Diamond Cs too, and this is how you know it is the newer generation, as well as seeing all the other features I pointed out, but reverse lights. So if you look down under here, your reverse light's integrated to the tail light. When you see that, you know it's got the newest wire harness, which is a completely sealed wire harness front to back to every light, even to the backing plates. There's like a weather pack connector that goes to each backing plate. So those are just some new features that they've installed. Again, it's an LPX 210 equipment trailer, 20 foot long. So if you want to see more trailers like this, you can check us out on the web at elmcitytrailer.com. And again, if you haven't been to our new location, please come visit. We'd love to show you around. Thanks for watching.